Hey everybody, how's it going? So it's about 8 o'clock. It's 88 degrees out with humidity. Feels like 96. It's Friday. I just got the Fisher stereo listed on Facebook Marketplace. I put $50 on it because the right channel doesn't work right. And to me the cassette player doesn't sound great, but it works. Everything else on it though that I've tested is fine. I'm not testing the radio, not gonna bother. So I said I did something that you're not gonna believe. And I might as well just turn the camera around and show you what it is. What the hell is all of this? Well, I've got DVDs, CDs, some Blu Rays, more DVDs, CDs. There's some computer games mixed in. They're supposed to be altogether over 1,000. And I paid $50 for all this crap, and it was the next town over. The guy that had all of these, he's a book reseller, so he buys big pallets that have like these plastic crates on them. I think he called it a plat, but I'm not sure. He buys them, goes through, organizes the books. I mean, he had a hell of an operation going in his garage with the shelves and everything. And these are all just extra crap that was in those boxes. And he doesn't sell DVDs, but I've got a few ways that I want to try reselling all of these. So, I know of 2 record stores. I mean, they're the same chain, but they pay 50 cents to up to $3, sometimes more, for DVDs and Blu Rays. They will pay, I think, from 50 cents to $3 for music CDs, but the thing with them is it all depends on what it is that you've got to sell. Now, what I'm going to do with these tonight is I want to take everything out of these boxes, lay it all out on the lawn, and as I go through, like, okay, for example, this CD here, I want to make sure that this CD of Martina McBride is actually the CD that belongs in the case. And then I'm going to flip it over and look at the condition. There's no big scratches, nothing that makes me worry about it playing. Pile of CDs. I'm going to make a pile of light colored movie cases and dark colored movie cases. And I'm also, as I go through them, like, let's say, obviously this is Grease, but let's say the disc for Saturday Night Fever was in this case. Well, I'm going to put that in a pile over here, let's say, so that if I find another case that has the wrong movie in it, I can play a matching game after that. So, I'm going to get started. This is going to take a while. I'm probably not going to get done tonight. I know I'm not going to get done tonight, because I'm going to be doing this by flashlight pretty shortly. What a beautiful sunset. What's left of it anyway. But yeah, I'm going to sort everything out by light colors, dark colors. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I have to have a way of breaking these down. and you'll understand more when I get to it. Okay, so it's about, it's a little after 10 o'clock, almost 10:15. I've gone through those 3 bins. Yeah, and that's it, just those 3 bins. I've got 3 or 4 more to go. I don't know if I'm going to do this one next, because that looks like mostly CDs, or if I'm going to hit this one. But, yeah, so the reason why I'm separating these by the covers on the movies, going by color, is because, where the heck was it? I should have put it aside. Well, well, anyway, I have 2 copies of The Hobbit on Blu Ray, DVD, and Ultraviolet. I've also got 2 copies of Grease. So, by going by color, that's going to make it so that I only have to go through all these light-colored ones to find more copies of Grease. I want to put all my copies of Grease together. I may have more copies of Grease in any of these other bins. I may have more copies of The Hobbit. Now, when I go to sell, if I have all the duplicates bundled together, if they decided to buy one, chances are they're going to decide to buy all 4. And therefore, you get rid of more copies faster. Because this is a lot of stuff. And we're only at 10 o'clock so far. So, all of these here, they either have discs missing or something. That firefighting one that's got the wrong disc in it, for example. That Peter Pan one over there, that's got a disc missing. This Blades of Glory, there's another copy of Blades of Glory that's in that pile, and it's got the disc in it. This one does not have the disc in it. I'll call him back. These here are all CDs so far. I've pulled out probably less than a dozen. I'm not listening to that. Probably less than a dozen. And I just had one playing. I have another one playing right now, but you can't hear it. I lowered the volume so that I don't get in trouble with the copyright police. I've got some duplicates in the dark covered movies as well. These over here, it's starting to get mixed a little bit, because I haven't put things far enough. These are all, oops. Alright, let's take Footloose for example. Footloose, you got the disc. You look underneath it, and it's got a smudge on it. You can't see it, but it's right there. Anything with smudges on it, or kind of scratched up, or anything that there's a question about, or anything that I'm interested in watching or sending home, I'm putting it aside over here. Because, like, that copy of Footloose, you know, if someone buys it, I want them to be able to play it. And they may not be able to play it with that smudge on it. So, these, if I have any question about them, they go in here, and I'll look at them in the daylight instead of this little flashlight. I am super tired, so I'm thinking about calling it a night in regards to this, and I don't have a tarp, but it's still before 11 o'clock, and Walmart is right down the road, so I'm thinking of running down to Walmart, getting some painter's plastic to throw over these, because even though we got a clear sky and no rain in the forecast for until at least Monday, we do get a lot of morning dew, so I think it'd be good to cover these up. I could have done this in the garage, but I didn't really want to, because after these piles are made, I'm going to spread everything out, and that's what I need so much room for. I'm going to spread everything out and match up duplicates with duplicates. I could go crazy and put them in alphabetical order, but I don't think I'm going to do that, because there's really no point. And then I want to wash those tubs out. They're kind of gross. Repack them up. Excuse me. And I'd like to make at least one trip to the record store tomorrow with probably these 3 totes that you see here that are empty. Have those full. I've got a cardboard box I'd like to fill up. Now, why these 3 and not those super big ones? Well, these are very brittle. That one's tearing apart in that corner. This one's breaking. I mean, these are pretty well smoked. So, I mean, these aren't in the greatest shape either, but they'll do for what I need them to do. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Alright, I'll update you when I get to another point of significance. Okay, let's try this again. It's 8:45. I know this video is getting long now. This is Saturday now, but I'm still working on this. I've got 1 box of CDs ready to go. I'm almost, like, you know, you can see how much of that's done. I think what's left here may just fill that box. And then that's 2 boxes of CDs done. Next, I gotta figure out the DVDs, and that's gonna be interesting. I started stacking kids' movies there. I got a couple duplicates over there, and I kind of just ran into the issue of this is overwhelming, so I stopped. What I did do is all the stuff I had right here, which is ones I need to like open up, clean the discs, whatever, or clean the cases because they're excessively dirty, is I just threw them all in this container for now. But we actually may have a hurricane coming this week, and it looks like it's supposed to possibly rain tomorrow. So I gotta bust ass and get this done tonight. I may have to go out and buy some boxes if I can get some shallower boxes like these. I wish I had more of these. These would be perfect. So I can put the DVDs in, titles facing out, so that they can just reach in, pick what they want. I'm gonna bring a couple boxes down tomorrow, see how that goes. And yeah, these are all mine. Some of them I'm gonna give away to Forrest, who I know is gonna like them, because I've already got them and they're good albums. I'm gonna play them first, make sure they work. And then, yeah. So far, I'm not sure I would want to do this again because this is a lot of work. But, yeah, I'll talk to you when there's significant progress made with this. Okay, so 1:45 a.m. Doesn't look significant, but it is. This right here is a pile of duplicates. When I've got all the duplicates sorted out into this pile and I've got more boxes packed up, the plan is I'm going to take all the duplicates, I'm probably going to put them into that gray container over there with the notepad on it. Why? Well, because this is the plan that I've come up with. I'm going to take one box of CDs in, one box of DVDs in. I'm going to tell them, okay, go through them, pull out what you want to buy, and leave me the rest. Now, with the CDs, because they fit in these boxes so well, I'm not going to dump them out. But I've got more DVDs than I do small boxes. So, these having duplicates, it's more likely, I think, that they're going to buy more than one copy of each of these. That's going to free up a box, and that's going to be the box that I use as a basically I'm using everything as flex space. So if they buy, like, okay, let's say they buy the majority of those and I'm left with, I don't know, 5 or 6. I'm going to bring those back out to my truck, throw them in the green container. And then or maybe the green container is going to be where I put everything else that doesn't fit in this crate and in this box. This box here, I'm going to throw it under the camper and deal with it later. That pile over there, I'm going to go through it real quick again, and there's going to be a couple things that I can pull out of this pile and add to, like, I know there's another copy of Sherlock Holmes in there, but the case is fucked up. I'm adding that to this. The Harry Potter movie, actually, I gotta go through all the Harry Potter movies. Whatever is left here is trash after that, because I didn't find any CDs anywhere that go to anything that's in this pile. Whatever is trash, and like obviously not obviously broken, I'm gonna throw that in the big bucket too, because I'll save the CD cases. I don't care so much about the DVD cases. I mean, if I've got room in the truck, I'll pull the covers out, put them aside, and ask them if they're interested in buying them. I'm not holding my breath for it, but hey, you gotta try and get every cent you can. That Need for Speed there, that's a computer game for fucking Windows 98. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. It's actually in the box, and it looks like it's never been opened other than the plastic being taken off of it, so who knows. Yeah, so that's where we're at with this. If I didn't say it already, there's been a total of 678 items processed. I did throw in some CDs that I had brought with me from New Hampshire. I don't know where the hell they come from, why they were in my stuff, but I played them, they worked, I didn't like them, so they can go. So, that's only 8 CDs, and because of that, like, there's definitely 1,000 items here if we're at 678 that are processed. I don't think there's 100 things left to go through here, or maybe probably 50 or 60. Yeah, including this, probably 50 or 60. And then that would leave all of this right here. Now that that number of 678, that includes all the CDs that I'm keeping for myself. And even some of those, I think I'm gonna probably listen to them once or twice and put them into a separate stack of stuff to sell at a later time. But yeah, did this have a... Nope, it doesn't have CD in it, which is funny. There's another Jimmy Buffett one that I think is in here. Oh yeah, right there, bars. Yep, it's got no CD in it either. But CD cases are definitely something that if they're not busted, I like to keep. So, if nothing else, you know, I'm benefiting a lot because I got a lot of broken CD cases. And unfortunately, most of my CDs now are back in New Hampshire, so I'll have to just, like I said, take all the papers out and put them aside. There is going to be a part 2 to this video because this is definitely getting way too long in the tooth for one sit down. And the part 2 will be recorded tomorrow as to what I end up getting and what I learned from this whole experience. But I gotta get cranking and finish this up, because now I gotta start wiping things down with paper towels because of the friggin' humidity. And last night's morning dew left a lot of these wet, so, and they were wet all day, so like now this one's ruined, so I threw it in this pile over here. I mean, maybe it'll dry out tomorrow and be alright, but I'm not holding my breath for it. But yeah, that's where we're at. So hopefully next clip I show you will be everything off of the lawn. Alright, it's like 3:15 now. I am done. Everything is processed. Everything is processed that I'm either going to keep, maybe temporarily, or try to sell tomorrow. The pile of stuff that I cast aside that had little things wrong with it, like either fucked up case or whatever, I went through that. I replaced some of the cases for the DVDs, and I scrounged up about 10 more, and I had also found some more computer games. There's some CDs that were like perfectly fine, except they had 2 copies of the same one in that case, so I'm going to play all those. I'm going to play with all those and figure out what's good, what's not. Those are cast aside into the other bucket. I saved a bunch of cases. Everything that was junk, I threw it in one bucket. And I'm actually so goddamn tired. I don't remember if I threw out the entire bucket or if I dumped it out and put the bucket in the back of the truck. Yeah, everything's done, so we're gonna call this a video, and then tomorrow I'll make a video showing what I make, if anything, and give you what information I learn from this process. So that said, thank you for watching this long video, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.